All right, ladies and gentlemen. So, in today's video, we are going to be talking about Dungeons and Dragons, Magic the Gathering, Wizards of the Coast, whatever you name it. We are going to be talking about them because, well, a couple of things happened lately that I find to be highly suspicious, right? Number one, we already know that Magic the Gathering, Wizards of the Coast, we already know they are a super progressive company. We know that already. If anybody doesn't understand that, I got bad news for you, okay? Because I remember when Dungeons and Dragons or any art style from Dungeons and Dragons was a lot more dark, a lot more fantasy, a lot more aggressive. Now, I don't even know what the hell I'm looking at, to be honest with you. I feel like I'm looking at an episode of Teletubbies at this point with dragons. I feel like that's Tosh trying to have sex with some black guy in the middle. Like, I don't know what's going on here, but ultimately, it is not anything that I necessarily want to take part in. I mean, just look at this. This literally looks like Tosh. I mean, look at that 5 o'clock shadow. Holy crap, man. It's amazing how there's only one dragon in this entire photo. Meanwhile, there's a whole bunch of gays everywhere. You got gay grandmas. You got gay Charizards. You got gay Tosh over here. You got the non-binary freaking Bard over here. You got you got all kinds of nonsense. Look at this. You got, I don't even know what is that, bro? You have a heart? Oh my God, you have a rainbow heart for an eye. I have seen everything. So anyway, we're gonna talk about this because people are obviously not liking it. And while I understand not liking it, I feel like these are people who probably are latching on to what Magic the Gathering used to be. You gotta let it go at this point. Unfortunately, Wizards of the Coast has been completely. I mean, look at this, man. On the basis of this and this alone, whoever drew this and whoever gave this the green light should be fired. Absolute garbage. This is something that Epic Mike's hilarious. This is something that we should know this is going to happen. Okay. Now, with all this being said, okay, there's one thing that I want to talk about in this video that is very, very important. And that's the fact that Wizards of the Coast is specifically targeting YouTubers now. This is not a joke. This is not, a conspiracy. This is not any of that. They are actually targeting YouTubers. They want to take down criticism. They want to know who exactly is talking bad about them, and they want you, the person, to rat YouTubers out. That's what they want. How do we know that? Well, there's a post here from Magic the Gathering. We want to know what you think of the Magic the Gathering Spider-Man in our latest survey. Take it here. Now, this survey was posted at 12 o'clock, I believe, yesterday, right? It is gone now. The survey is gone. The survey is completely gone. Okay. This was posted and the survey is gone because they were getting trolled. Why were they getting trolled? Perhaps you're asking. Well, apparently, ladies and gentlemen, and this is some really interesting shit. Let me zoom this in so that you guys can really see. Apparently, there was a question that was on the survey that was specifically asking people whether or not they were influenced by the negative sentiment of Spider-Man by YouTubers, streamers, social media influencers, and the like. They were specifically asking on a scale of 1 to 5, how influenced were you to avoid the Magic the Gathering Spider-Man set because of whatever a social media influencer said about it, whatever a YouTuber said about it, right? And if you look at when you answer it, it says you have indicated that you have seen and engaged with content made by influencers, YouTubers, streamers, etc. about Magic the Gathering Marvel Spider-Man. Please specify the names of those influencers, YouTubers, streamers, etc. They literally want you to make a list of YouTubers that they can then go after. How fucking crazy is that? We are literally in World War II, ladies and gentlemen. We are talking about Nazi lists. We are talking about people wanting to rat out their neighbors. Like this is the level of fucking insanity that we have now reached. I mean, how communist of you to do something like this is hilarious, right? And then they said, if you do not remember, please enter none. And the person responded, I am not a snitch. This is great. So again, we are in crazy times where they view this as something normal, right? And people clearly were trolling them so much that they closed the survey down. They completely closed it down. Now, this is not where it ends. This is not where it ends. It gets worse. Apparently, they actually were telling people that they were not the data they were looking for. So if you answered in a specific way, they would tell you that you are not the person they're looking for, and they're not going to count your information. So not only are they trying to go after YouTubers and they're trying to go after people who are talking bad about their product, but apparently they're also trying to be super biased in their information that they're gathering for their survey. How do we know that? Well, if you scroll down, you're going to see some screenshots here that showcase the following. Thank you for your participation. Unfortunately, you are not part of our current target group. What the fuck is that? Wait a second. So not only are you nitpicking the information that you're getting, but you're also trying to get people to make lists for you to go after certain people. Now, the question would be, and it wasn't just one person, a lot of people got this, right? Look at this. This was the question right here. To what degree did negative influencer commentary impact your perceptions of Magic the Gathering Marvel Spider-Man before the set released? Negative influencer commentary, dot, dot, dot. 1, greatly worsened my perception. 5, greatly improved my perception. This is the question. You guys realize that this is going to be the next level of cope. This is the next stage of a dying industry where now it becomes something where it's not my fault. Now it's someone else's fault. It's the YouTuber's fault. Those pesky YouTubers, they're the reason why our stuff is not selling. It's not because people don't actually want to buy it. People will love to buy this shit, but it's because they're believing XYZ influencer like Asmongold or whatever. It's unbelievable. This is the cope that they're going through right now. And you know what's gonna happen? They're going to take this information. It's going to be highly skewed, and they're going to take it to their higher ups. They're going to take it to their executives, and they're going to say, hey, executives, look at this. 95% of people said they were negatively influenced to purchase this product because of a YouTuber. We need to do something about this. And what's going to happen? You're going to get false takedowns, which already are happening, by the way. But in any case, you're going to get false takedowns, right? You're going to have companies striking YouTubers to try to take advantage of the copyright system and the fact that most YouTubers don't have the money to fight. They're going to do false takedowns to try to take down those channels and to try to silence the opposition. If that doesn't work, they're going to do smear campaigns. They're going to try to partner with other access media to try to do smear campaigns, which, by the way, they already do, right? We literally just covered a story about Nick Calandra where he apparently was trying to get the gaming industry to go after people that are YouTubers, right? Look at this comment from Nick Calandra. I really wonder when these game studios are going to take action against these YouTubers and social media grifters, right? If you want to see my video on that, go check it out. It's on the channel. I did the whole thing about it. Making up lies about people working at their studios, et cetera, affecting business. It's clearly affecting business, they say. Review bombing, harassment of developers, and stalking campaigns. When do you take a stand? I find it interesting that all of this is happening at the same exact moment where you have Wizards of the Coast, one of the most progressive companies out there, looking for a scapegoat, right? They're looking for a scapegoat. They're looking for someone to blame. And now they're going to do what everybody else has been doing, which is blame the YouTuber. Why? Because it's the easy thing to do. Go blame the YouTuber. They clearly are the ones who are the problem. It's not us. It's not the fact that we went and changed Magic the Gathering to whatever the fuck this is. I can't even look at this and think, and I can't. Guys, when I tell you I saw this picture, again, I didn't get mad because I've been checked out for the longest time. I understand why some people do get mad because they're still checked in. I'm not checked in. I'm checked out of this shit for a long, long time. Do not care. I am gone. I'm done. It is what it is, especially with like Magic the Gathering. I've been long gone. But I look at this and I can't even remotely see Dungeons and Dragons. I like not even close. I can't see anything. This art style, like everything about it does not say Dungeons and Dragons. Literally almost every character in here is gay or non-binary. It looks like that, right? So again, at this point, I don't care. I am so unbelievably checked out. And I just hope that more people wake up to this. But the reason why I'm covering it is because they want to target any kind of criticism. They want to target any kind of opposition. They want to target people who are speaking bad about their product because they don't just want to admit what everybody else knows very easily, which is your product sucks now. Your product is not something that the vast majority of people want to actually play. You may not want to admit that, but that's just what it is. So at this point now, what do you do, right? What do you do at this point? Do you admit that or do you move on? The funny thing is some of the people that were posting screenshots, look at this. Gallon Cook says, apparently I'm not the current target group. 15 years of collecting and playing. Guess I'm not current enough. Look at this. He got this screenshot as well. Look at this, bro. This guy is a hardcore Magic the Gathering player. Look at this. You mean to tell me that this person is not part of your core group? So if this person is not part of your core group, then who is? Who is at this point? I'll tell you who is. It's people that like this shit, which is like, what, 100 people if they're lucky, right? They are willing to give up the players that actually care. They're willing to give up the players that actually buy things and purchase things with their money and spend money. They're willing to give up all of that to chase the virtue, right? But apparently the virtue's not paying. So now because the virtue's not paying, well, they got to blame somebody, and they're going to blame YouTubers. So I found all of this to be highly like informational, I'll say, because we all kind of knew this was happening. But to see it kind of come out, and actually, this comment makes a lot of sense. The influencer question is framed in such a manipulative way. If you are seeking to blame the biggest promoters of your game online for this fiasco, then you've completely lost the plot. I agree with that. I agree with that 100%. And keep in mind, guys, it's not like there aren't Magic the Gathering shills. There are a lot of Magic the Gathering shills, right? So if you're going to blame YouTubers for the, I guess, lack of success because of negative commentary, well, why aren't you blaming the shills for the success of the game for positive commentary? Why are you not doing that? Are you saying that the shills that you have little to no influence? Is that what you're saying? Or are you saying positive commentary does not affect the game, but negative commentary does? Like, what kind of logic is that? If the negative commentary can affect the game for people to not want to buy the game, then clearly positive commentary could affect people to want to buy the game. So how come you are failing so much and looking for someone to blame, and it only seems to go one way? I just find this to be extremely interesting. So you guys let me know in the comments down below. What do you think about all this? Do you think YouTubers are affecting the sales of Magic the Gathering? Or do you think it's pictures like this that are affecting the sales of Magic the Gathering? Let me know in the comments down below, because I remember in a world where the product would ultimately speak for itself, where Magic the Gathering was so desired by so many nerds that they would want to buy it just because it was so awesome to play. You played at the lunch table back at school, all that great stuff. Now we live in a world where apparently people are mindless drones that the moment a YouTuber says don't buy this, they listen. That's not the world that we live in. That's the world you want to exist, so that it makes an excuse for why you are losing so much money. So you let me know in the comments down below. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. And if you enjoyed it, consider hitting that like and subscribe. And I'll see you guys on the next one.